This year's Metro Manila Film Festival is a run for the buck. As any film buff would notice, there's an eclectic mix of the 8 films that would be featured, which can be compared to the MMFF of the golden age of the Philippine cinema, where the greats such as Lino Broca, Mike De Leon, and Ishmael Bernal each have their own entries. Undoubtedly one of the best lineups so far, the MMFF 2019 still adheres to yearly entries from Vic Bossing Soto for MZ and APT, Vice Ganda for Star Cinema, and Coco Martin for CCM Productions. Surprising, however, is the absence of the Mother Lily produced entry under Regal Films. Nevertheless, the other 5 films, excluding the usual 3 I mentioned, truly deserve a spot in this litigious film fest. Miracle in Cell Number 7 under Viva Films. When I first heard that Aga Mulak would lead in this remake, I got very excited. It has been a very long time since I saw the actor star in a psychodrama. He's definitely not psycho here, but seeing him play another psychologically challenged character is hard to miss. It was my choice not to see the original Korean film. We all know it's a grave tearjerker. But I told myself I would watch this Filipino remake. The impressive ensemble is another thing, with my favorite character actors Joel Torre, Mon Confiado, and Sulaiman Cruz joining in. I'm also curious how child actress Sia Vigor would take on her role as a child protagonist.
Ang Pearl of the Orient, ang pinakamalaking perla sa buong mundo.
Mission Unstoppable, The Dawn Identity, under MZ and APT. I'm a huge fan of the Joa Pao tandem, which is Jose Manalo, Wally Bayola, and Paulo Ballesteros. Also, a huge fan of Aldab. Yes, that's Alden Richards and Maine Mendoza. The Vic Soto and Maine Mendoza Saturday sitcom Daddy's Girl, and the longest-running noontime show Eat Bulaga. Now, to be honest, I even watched the Vic Soto, Maine Mendoza, and Coco Martin collaborative film Jack and Popoy in last year's Metro Manila Film Festival. Although its storyline was already a familiar feat, I would not say it's terrible. In fact, it was even good given its stature in the Philippine cinema. However, Mission Unstoppable might just be a waste of money for me. Yes, I would definitely miss out on Jose, Wally, and my new favorite Gelson Bai's comedic tactics, but I can manage that. This film will just prove to be another one of its kind, with no cutting-edge plot to engage me. It's one of the movies that I would just wait to be on Cinema One or on Netflix. M&M, The More the Merrier, under Star Cinema and Viva Films. In another same old recipe, I'm very amused by Vice Ganda's stickiness factor in film. Vice Ganda's characters are always a carbon copy to one another. It's the same as Vic Soto, but still, the latter's films, characters, and co-characters are more diversified compared to Vice's. However, this will continue to be a phenomenal production because of Ann Curtis, who is currently making waves, mostly due to her pregnancy, and trending actress Dimples Romana of Cadenang Ginto. Sunod under Globe Studios. Sunod replaced Chris Aquino's Campon, as the latter failed to make it to MMFF's July 30 deadline in production and cast changes. However, 90s movie buffs will definitely be delighted that a gem like Carmina Villaruel is back in a big screen, all the more when she's coming back for a horror movie just like what her usual stints have been in Shake, Rattle and Roll, Chanak, and other distinguished 90s horror flicks. Villarroel plays a dying girl's single mother in the film, which, according to her, is very close to her heart. The trailer was quite horrific, so I guess this would be one of the better movies in the lineup. Triple Trouble, Huli Ka Balbon, under CCM Productions. And here we are again for another proven formula, now coming from Coco Martin. He plays yet another cop who disguises into a woman. Yeah, he plays this well, as I find him very beautiful in drag. But it's still reminiscent of his role in Ang Provinciano and in last year's MMFF entry, Jack and Popoy. Coco Martin, along with Vice Ganda and Vic Soto, dwell in their stickiness factor in this year's MMFF offerings. Still, I hope that next year, Coco would come back to his roots as a dramatic actor as he once was, and let go of action and comedy for once. Now, the exciting fit for this film is that Coco is working with Kapuso actors Ay de las Alas, Janeline Mercado, and Tekla. Culyon, under I Options Ventures Corp. Culyon is a historical drama based on the Culyon leper colony in Palawan, which the Americans formed and isolated people with leprosy during their colony in our country. One of the most revered writers in Philippine literature, TV, and film, Ricky Lee, penned the screenplay, so one could not expect short of a masterpiece. The film stars some of the best actors in the Philippine cinema we have today: Meryl Soriano, Isa Calzado, Jasmine Curtis Smith, Joem Bascon, Suzette Ranillo, a bunch of other notable actors probably in theater and in film, and a no-surprise cameo of John Lloyd Cruz. Culyon is most definitely going to be the film with the most subtle social commentaries, so it will get us to a lot of thinking. That we couldn't wait. Mindanao, under Center Stage Productions. If you've seen at least one Brillante Mendoza film, you know that it's not easy to watch. With Mindanao's premise that involves a family subjugated to a cruel political war and built upon a culture that Manny doesn't make any fuss about, this feature would hopefully enlighten moviegoers about the Islam culture and the tragedy that struck them. Top billed by Judy Ann Santos, Mindanao would definitely show her acting prowess once again to her Filipino fans, especially after recently winning Best Actress at the 41st Cairo Film Festival. I'm hoping that her loyal followers would support this project and raise awareness about Mindanao and its rich culture. Right About Love, under TBA Studios. Surprisingly, with the Philippine cinema being a rom-com hub, this is the only one that made it to the cut, which I'm happy about, or else I wouldn't have come up with my vlog title. Based on the trailer, this film would get us into thinking about what true love is, or about what love is in general. So it may definitely be also one of the better films in the lineup, given that TBA Studios almost always produces great films. Miles Ocampo finally breaks free from being a going bulilit kid to an adult through this film. Rocco Nacino is also a great leading man choice. The two other lovers whom they write about in the film, Joem Bascon and Yeng Constantino, offers a fresh team-up as well. So which films are you most looking forward to? Comment below and subscribe to our channel. It's free.